So, welcome to yet another episode of John Works Too Much. Today, we already did another job this morning. Today, we're going to take all this tile out, we're going to take this bathtub out, and then we are going to make a curb for a shower. We're going to put in a shower pan, and then lay new tile. We're also going to put in new faucets later. That probably won't be in this episode, and put in some new lights. So, I figured I'd show you something that you can learn real quick. We took the faucet off already. That's pretty simple, and the overflow. So this is your drain for your tub. This is the overflow. So what happens is if it gets too high, if the water level gets too high, then it goes down the drain. So that's an overflow. That's where your tub would stick out, or your faucet, and then those are your handles. And then up there would be where the shower is. So the way to get this out, a lot of people don't know, this tool right here, I don't even know what it's called, drain puller or fork or whatever, I don't know. But it's got this fork thing, and you put that in between, and then you just use your man muscles, hopefully you have them, and then unscrew this thing. If you don't have man muscles, I don't know what to tell you. But I guess use a tool or a cheater or something, I guess. So look at that, that's how that works, right? And this is plumber's putty right here. And then it just threads into the base shoe, and then that's now you learned something. All right, so hopefully that won't be the last thing you learn, because life is all about learning new things. You don't know everything, and neither do I, and that's how life works. All right, love you too, bye. So we got the tile out and the sheetrock out, and we got this faucet off. We haven't changed the faucet out yet, but I like to cater to all economic classes, and I don't judge anybody. So I'm gonna sell this tub that we're taking out for half off, and let me show you why. It's because it's only half a tub. It's cast iron, so we can't just take it out in one piece. Normally it's porcelain coated steel or fiberglass, which is much lighter, but this stuff is a beating. And so people are like, John, how do you cut that so precisely? Like, it looks like you cut it with a laser. And I'll tell you, it's all about having the right tools. So what I did is the homeowner had this mini sledge, and I just beat it with this sledge, and that's how you do it. And we'll get this out in a couple more minutes, and then we will go get some materials, and we're gonna build a pan, pour a pan, get the drain in, get the faucet in, get green rock up. That's what we'll do today. We got the tub out. That's great. We got all cleaned up. Around your tub, there's usually a hole like this. Here, you can get closer. There's a hole like this, and then there's plumbing underneath it. So this is what goes underneath your plumbing, underneath your tub. This is called thin wall, and this stuff just, some idiot was too strong to tighten this up. This is adjustable, and then you can adjust it to where your drain is, and that's where your overflow is, right? And then this goes down into here. But we're doing a different kind of drain because it's a shower now. We're changing the shower. So we want the drain to look like this, but if it's right above that.
So this was a tub, we're making it into a shower.
Correct, yeah. So this is too close to the wall, so we don't want that. So we want to offset it. And the way that we're going to do that
way it will run from here
down over here.
down to here.
So the way we're going to do that is we got a 45 and another 45, and we're going to bring that in like this, right? So you're probably thinking to yourself, how's he going to cut that? Good question. I'm glad you asked. First of all, we put something in here so that we don't get a bunch of yuck in there. But now we got to get this out of the way. So if I got a Sawzall and cut this, there's not any room, and it would cut it at a shear, like an angle, right? So that's no good. But I've got this cool thing, right, which cost about $10. Can you see that? And watch this. You just put this in here. Cuts it nice and straight. So that's what I wanted to show you. Then we're gonna attach that on there, but pretty cool tool, right? There you go. Yeah, you learned something. Good. So remember 28 minutes ago, we had a bathtub in here and then tile and whatnot. So we fixed all that. So now this is gonna be a shower, as you can clearly tell from my slides. We got in a new faucet. We got the drain moved like we talked about. Yep. Don't get too close, you can see all the imperfections. We put green rock up, we built this bench, we built the curb, we put the pan in, and we poured the pan. So then tomorrow we'll come and we will lay all the tile, and then the next day we will come and grout it all, and that will be that. So that's how you do a bathroom. Now you know. Yay. So this morning we went and did another job, and I forgot to film anything because we were at the police station, and when we walked in we had to sign in and they zapped our head, and I was like, I'm 109. They're like, yeah, you're not. And I was like, but I'm still pretty hot though, right? And they're like, no, you're not. So then I need to get into a door, and I was trying to like break into it. She goes, you probably better not do that because you're in a police station. I'm like, you're probably right. Anyway, so yesterday we did all this other stuff, and then we poured the pan, and I had to point out to David that this is not the kind of pan that you cook with, right? Because he was very confused about that and thought that this is how you cook. So what we do with this is we measure everything, and obviously we had to find level first, and then we got these spacers, and then we put the stuff on the wall. So there's going to be accent. There's going to be accent at this level right up here. Bing, bing, bing. So we're going to do pebble stone around here, and we're going to do pebble stone on the floor, and then we're going to go all the way up to the ceiling with the other stuff. So we've got some stuff here. We're going to cut it real quick. Because normally I've marked stuff and Canute cuts it, and then I put it on the wall.
Don't have to take that back down.
Okay, so first of all, this just means cut it straight, and the X is trash. So we'll line it up here with the center line. How do you cut something like this? Good question. I'll show you. You store it, right? So you come up underneath this sucker. We'll do it again, just in case you're a slow learner. Then you got to be real careful not to touch this thing, because you can see it's very sharp. It cuts right through that stuff, and there's all this water that comes off. It's the wet side, and you definitely it won't cut you. I don't know why. Okay, so what we do is this is called buttering the back of them. On the floor, we just spread the mortar out on the floor and lay it down. But on walls, it's easier to do it this way. This is thin set mortar. Okay, and so we want to come up in here and put it on the wall, and then we got these spacers. If we let go, it just slides, right? That's bad. So we're gonna put this in and put spacers in, and make sure we're all straight and whatnot, and the spacers don't fall down because you guys are watching the video right now. And then we'll do another one. Okay, so then we'll do one of these over here, because why not? Do you guys like learning stuff? Because if you do, I need you to shout real loud no matter where you are watching this video. Like if you're at work, definitely do it. If there's people around, definitely do it. Maybe you're in a church and you're watching this for some reason on your headphones. Scream real loud. Maybe you're in the doctor's office or police station. Maybe you're in jail watching it, I don't know. But definitely scream real loud if you like these videos. Or you can just like and comment and share and stuff. Your choice, but I would definitely do the screaming thing. Canute, what do you want to talk about? Pick any subject. Literally anything. By the way, if you guys comment on anything or have any questions, I will answer any question you have. Anything. No matter how dumb it is. I like dumb stuff. So what do you want to talk about, Canute?
What are we doing after this?
Having lunch. But the other thing,
from lunch.
aside from lunch, okay, so then the rest of the process is, here we go, hold on. The rest of the process is that we're gonna get this pebblestone stuff here in a second, and we'll put that up on as accent, so I'll do that right now. And then we're gonna grout either later on or tomorrow night, and then once we grout, then we gotta sponge it up and we're done. It's pretty simple. We're gonna go to the dump, we're gonna go back to Brooke's house and pick up some of her trash and go to the dump because we're nice people. She doesn't know that, it's a surprise. All right, so let's see one of those. This, you have to have a special tool to open them up. You could use your finger, but I don't. So this Pebblestone stuff comes on a sheet like this. There's like a mesh back or whatever, which is pretty amazing. And yeah, we're gonna put that up like this, which is gonna be a bit challenging. We might have to talk to our homeowner about cutting these things. So we'll get back with you in a minute. John, it's been 28 minutes, so we got all the tile laid. We went and put the faucet back in. We haven't put the shower head on yet because they're doing a long, like a spray shower. So we haven't done that, but this is in. We got the floor in. That drain has a protective cover, so once we grout, then we'll put the, take that off. But we'll get all this grouted. We got the Pebblestone in, we got the bench in. That looks nice. And yeah, we'll grout it tomorrow, and that'll be the end of it. So, you got any jokes or anything? Oh, my face is a joke. That's clever. So, yesterday we tiled this, and now we're grouting it. So, some people don't know how to grout. It's pretty simple. You get this grout saw, and it cuts it very precisely. It's not really true. You just mush this stuff up like peanut butter, like a slushy, and then just put it in there. And that's how it works. So I'm gonna show you a little bit because it helps. You know, if I talk about this stuff, I can tell. I would say, oh, you just do this and this and this, and then I look and people are just glazing over, like, I don't know what you mean, John. And so I figured it helps if you see what I mean. So while I do this, Kanui, what do you want to talk about? Any topic.
Beirut.
Beirut. I don't watch the news. All right, next topic.
Donald Trump.
Oh gosh. Can we avoid okay, whatever. Donald Trump. I don't really watch the news. I don't vote. I don't care.
Me either.
All right, let's move on to another topic.
All right, what are we doing after this?
After this, we're gonna put in a couple lights over there. Then
Right here?
over there, yeah.
We're gonna change these to LEDs.
We're gonna adjust a door in the other room, and then this job is done. And then we're gonna go to another job and get set up for tomorrow. But
Nothing crazy today.
no, it's a real easy day. Real easy. Anything else we want to talk about? What about something important? What's important to you right now?
What's important to me right now is that my daughters train really hard for their volleyball
Yeah.
and go into their tryout, or my youngest has tryouts, and that she goes in and kicks ass.
Oh, that's important. So I just want to say for the record that I tell apocalypse jokes like the end of the world. And I tell you a joke about COVID, but I really don't think you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Highly unlikely.
Yeah, it's real
I
unlikely.
think it's what, 0.1%, 1%?
That's the fatality rate. So let's talk about that for a second. That's the fatality rate of people that we know have it allegedly, although there's so many false positives, it's hard to say. I think we all already got it, or we're all gonna get it. We just need to embrace the suck and realize like, this is gonna happen. So, you know, whatever, be strong. Here's some advice. Stop wearing your mask and just, I don't know, like take vitamins and avoid people that are sneezing in your face and stuff. The only person I know that sneezes in anybody's face is a toddler. And, you know, I mean, like, no grown person is like, oh, chew, let me just sneeze in your face. So wearing a mask to me is an utter waste of time. All right, so once you grout, this should start getting kind of white. See how it's kind of getting white, like it's drying out a little bit? It can get whiter than that, but for the purpose of this video, I'll just show you how it works. Then you get water. And this is made out of 2 parts hydrogen and 1 part oxygen. That's the kind of water I use. It doesn't have to be bottled water. I'm glad you like that. And then what you want to do is see how this looks kind of rough. You know, it doesn't look smooth at all. You see that? So once you wipe over it, then it does look smooth. So that's kind of your first process is let's get that smoothed over and make our line look pretty. And then here in a second, then we wipe off all the excess. And I'll show you how to do that too, because this is how we learn. This from other people's experience. It's not how I learned the hard way. Without anybody's experience, or anybody helping. So then you come across, and every time you lift up the sponge, then you end up with all this grout around here. And so when you're doing your final clean, then you want to, you know, like lift it up and then clean off your water again, or your sponge again. Because that way, you get it nice and clean. You will have to do this a lot. So don't think that this is just a once and done kind of a thing. And then it will film up at the end, and you'll have to keep cleaning that. And you don't want it to dry out too fast. And in Texas in the summertime, that's a real thing. But that's how we drop. And I'll show you a wrap up here, probably in about 28 minutes of like literally everything being done.
Hey guys, I'm David Kanui. I've been working with my buddy Johnson Nell for a little while now. We both met in the audiovisual industry. I'm an audio engineer and he is video, and anyway, he also does construction, and I have been helping him for a little while, and I want to tell you what I learned today, or what I learned the past 2 or 3 days. So basically this was a tub. We pulled the tub out. The client wanted it to be a shower, and they wanted new tile. We tore all the tile out, and luckily all of it came out in big chunks, so it was pretty easy to haul off. Basically, I learned that you mortar the back of these after you after you get everything off. You put green rock down, which is waterproof, and then you get once the client picks the tile out, you come and you get mortar, and you put mortar on the back of the tile, and you stick it to the green rock. You line it up, and then you also cut these with what is called a wet saw, which I broke.
He did break it.
John had it for 20 years, and I broke it.
It just fell over and snapped
It
cast
fell
iron.
over. It was kind of a freak accident, but it broke. It doesn't work anymore.
Nope, it's done.
Offered to pay for it, and he said it was $1,000, and then I said, no, I'm not paying for it.
That's exactly how.
So then, after you get the tile on, then you also, I guess I kind of skipped a step. And some of these things I might not know how to explain, but you basically make a bed.
Pour pan.
A pour pan. And you have a piece of kind of plastic rubbery substance that you stick down for the bed, and then you stick mortar on top of that, and you basically smooth it out, and you also have to get your drain to line up to where the water comes down into the drain. So we did that, and then the final thing, after we got the tile on, we put the flooring on.
Pebblestone.
What's it called?
Pebblestone.
The Pebblestone flooring. I think overall we did a really good job. It's much different than what we've done, or what I've done in the past. I mean, I've done some construction, I've done some roofing, but it's been pretty interesting. I've learned a lot, and I've made a little bit of money. But what we did before this is what I was talking about before. Is we did.
Do it. Tell him. Okay, so we did the NBA All-Star Jam.
Hold on, I'll explain it. So. I'm an audio engineer. I do like front of house audio. I do sports audio, which is a little different. It's like field audio, where you have a battery powered pack mixer, and then we wire players, referees, so on and so forth. So I've been doing this gig for many years for NBA TV, and I just thought since I was probably into it for 3 or 4 years, and I needed a camera guy this year. We were going to do the All-Star. This is 2012. We were doing the All-Star week, and this job was pretty important to me. So I'm like, I gotta find a video guy. And so I called John. I was like, hey, you want to go to LA for NBA All-Star week? It's like 9 days. And so we get John out. He's like, yeah, I'll go. And so we both get on a plane, go to Los Angeles. We get the same hotel room, and you know how John is. He's a wise guy. He's a smart ass. He thinks he knows more than everybody else. And so we get there, and we first day of shooting. We're basically just doing B-roll stuff, but then we're also doing some basic interview stuff for some of the NBA players
and whoever.
Yeah, whoever. We did some of the superstars, and then basic D-League guys, and so on and so forth. But so our very first job, I've been working with the producer. Dan Rome this was probably my 6th year at this time, and so he had never met John, and so we get out there, we get on the court, and I can't remember what player it was. It wasn't a superstar. It might have been I don't know who it was.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Somebody was on one of the NBA teams, and he was just doing a basic shoot around. And so again, you know, Dan had never met him. I'm like thinking really highly of my job. And, you know, so the player starts shooting the ball, and so John's shooting with his camera, and I've got my audio going, I've got, you know, the player mic'd, he's mic'd, and it's stuck to his chest, and so on and so forth. And so the first thing, you know, John says is, so, we got to watch this guy shoot this ball into the net. And I was in utter shock when he said that, because Dan was right there. Dan's boss was over there. The NBA player was there, and his assistant was with him. And no one knows that he's just being a wise guy. And so I just was like, I was furious. I didn't say anything, but at the end of the day, or not the end of the day, not even like an hour later, Dan, our producer, is like, dude, come here. And so so we walked into the other room, and like, what's up? I already knew what was up.
It was me.
And Dan's like, dude, what? And he's like from Queens. He's like, so, dude, what's up with your boy, man? You know, he was like kind of pissed off. But anyway, that's really the story. But I stayed mad at John for probably a year at least. And
all of his
I found out today that he didn't even know. But this was like in 2012. So it's water under the bridge.
I think it's water under the fridge is how you say it.
Water under the fridge? That's really stupid.
Sure.
Anyway, here's our work.
Yeah, all right, thanks.